Hi, welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, and I'm here broadcasting to you live from our YouTube channel, Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom. So, welcome. Trinity is all about connecting you to your soul, your passion, your purpose, and all the ways that can show up for you. So we have many different videos and many different people who will be broadcasting in the upcoming year, but I'm here to kick us off because I am the director. So tonight is all about doing a healing and clearing meditation, grounding your connection to your higher self, to your soul, to your opening and expanding your divine connection any way you experience that, and also to give you some wisdom and guidance after the meditation. And the wisdom and guidance comes through as a visual through some cards that we use, and each time we try to use a different deck. And tonight's deck is the Great Eastern Oracle, and this is by Rosoli. And the artwork on this is breathtaking. So I really love the artwork. It really speaks to me. There's so much movement in the art, and it shows how we actually move through change. That change, we're never actually stuck. We're still in a place of movement. So we will be pulling those later. And if you would like some guidance, if you'd like some wisdom, or a message from your guides, then just type in "yes, please" into the comments, and we will pull a card for you. And for those of you who haven't been here before, I have a wonderful co-pilot, Rob, who will be assisting with me and helping me to keep track of the cards and what order they come in, because that's how we will pull those cards today. Um, and just know that there's always extra wisdom that's attached. And that, when we do the messages and after the meditation, um, listen to what other people receive as their guidance, because often we're all getting information that's for the whole group of us. So it often speaks, more than one card will speak to you, generally, is how it goes. So, welcome again. So, we're going to get ourselves ready for our meditation. And oh, yes, absolutely, Rob. I will mirror my screen. Give me 1 second, guys. I had it earlier and then forgot to. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Now you guys can see me, the real me. And the real,
Yay!
yay, and the real divine word behind me, and my beautiful painting, the Donna Estabrooks painting behind me. So thank you, Rob, for reminding me of that. So, yes, let's get ourselves ready for this beautiful meditation. So, you just want to get comfy wherever you are. You want to have your arms and your legs uncrossed. That way, the energy can flow through you and to you, and you can get the fullness of the experience. Because we are doing a healing as well as a meditation. We're working on making sure that your energy system is balanced and that you are in the most balanced place to reconnect with your authentic self. All right, so take a moment to take a couple deep breaths. And with each breath, just really feel your connection to your chair, to the surface you're sitting on or lying on, and really give yourself permission to let go of your day. Let go of all of the stories of what happened today or in the past. Just let all of that get quiet and have your focus just be on your heartbeat and on your breath. And allow yourself to feel gravity as it's pushing down on you. Gravity will hold your energy, your body in this physical realm. And it'll remind your muscles and your bones that we are in a safe and sacred place. And we're going to invite in your spiritual teams, your angels, your guides, your ancestors. And we're going to call in the divine, however you perceive that, whether you connect with God or goddess, oneness, consciousness, all that is. Just welcome in and invite your spiritual team to be present for you, to surround you in a cocoon of love and light, allowing you to be in sacred space, and even creating a cocoon around the room you're in, or the building you may be in, or the house that you may be in, whatever helps you to feel relaxed and able to fully breathe. And we do this healing meditation with the intention that the healing work done tonight and the messages that are given and received are for the good of all and harm to none, which includes ourselves. And I'm going to ask you to put your attention and your focus on your heart, noticing your breathing, allowing the warmth of your heart to radiate out like a flashlight or a beam. And you might experience it as green or pink or white or gold. Any color that you experience is perfect for you. And we're going to ask this beautiful bridge, the connection between our physical body and our experience here and our divine connection with our higher self, to ground our energy. And we'll begin by grounding within the earth plane. So inviting the heart to become grounded, feeling the connection as it goes down your physical body, through your feet and into the earth, reconnecting with the heartbeat of the divine feminine, of Gaia, of Grandmother Earth. And feeling that relaxation of being connected in safety and unconditional love. And moving down into your solar plexus, just below the rib cage, and asking the heart to help ground our third chakra. Calming any fire energy that is burning rampantly, or balancing out fire that is barely flickering. Calming any anxiety or fear, frustration, anger, overwhelm, judgment, resentment. Any energy that may be anchored here. Just allowing it to release just for this moment. So you can be fully present for yourself fully present for your connection to your higher self. And now inviting our heart to help ground our second chakra below the navel, our sacral chakra. So as the heart is grounded and it grounds our solar plexus and moves into our sacral, just allowing the emotional waters to rebalance into their ebb and flow. And bringing our creative flow back into balance so that we can access our passions, our desires, and inviting the activation of who we truly are and how we want to bring that out and express it with other people. And now inviting our heart to also ground our root chakra below our tailbone. So as the heart grounds our solar plexus and grounds our sacral chakra, now it moves down into the root, into our foundation, balancing our earth energy, creating a stronger foothold, more balanced energy in our life, our work, our relationships, bringing safety and balance into our finances, our housing, anything that might have you feeling just a bit wobbly at the moment. And lovingly feel the grounded energy as it moves through both of your legs, down your feet, and into the earth. Sensing it go deeper and wider as it goes, just like a tree. As it goes down, it expands outward to anchor you stronger and stronger, having more roots expanding in each direction. And now inviting the divine feminine and grandmother earth to nourish those roots, nourish and fill our system with the creative life force energy and fill us with unconditional love, even if we don't understand fully what that might mean. And filling us with balance and healing, lovingly repairing any places in our chakras, in our aura, in our energy body that needs repairing, maybe from a little wear and tear. And as the nourishing energy moves up into the heart, allowing it to collect in the heart like a giant cauldron or a holy grail, filled with this golden elixir that we can draw from whenever we need it. And now inviting our heart to also become a bridge with the divine masculine, grandfather, sky, God, goddess, all that is, and feeling the heart energy as it moves up through our body, out through the top of our head, and branching out like a beautiful tree. And each branch expands and grows, reaching up to the stars, reaching out throughout the universe, opening up as many branches above as we have below. And now asking our heart to clear any energy that is blocking our bridge in either direction, whether it is grief or disappointment, sadness, and asking the heart to ground our throat chakra, moving into the throat to awaken our true voice, our true self expression, releasing any words that we have held back from saying. Many times we have bit our tongue. Also, releasing any words that went unspoken and shifting the energy around words that were spoken harshly or in a way we wish they hadn't been. Sending love and forgiveness to ourselves and to anyone we have used words unkindly with. Allowing our creativity to be expressed through our throat, through our speaking, our singing, our dancing, our artwork, our gardening, our food making, our drawings, our business plans, however we are meant to show up and shine our light, allowing that to really emanate from the throat and grounded in the divine energy above and below. And moving our energy, grounding through the heart to the divine, through the throat, to the third eye, right in the center of the forehead. Balancing our perceptions, restoring our connection to our GPS, our five senses, our sixth sense, even our seventh sense, if we can access it, allowing us to see fully and open ourselves to new possibilities, bringing in conscious awareness so that we make conscious choices for our own life and our own purpose, for what is true and right for us in any given moment. And now grounding the crown chakra to the divine above, allowing our beautiful lotus to open, stretch, and expand, visualizing 1,000 crystal petals, each connected to a spiritual helper, a divine guidance, allowing us to access more wisdom, more information from the cosmos to help guide us and help to bring peace and serenity within us. And feeling all of that energy reach and ground into the divine above, and feeling the reciprocation of the divine energy sending love and light back down through us. Also, pooling in the heart in that beautiful cauldron, now swirling with the golden light of the divine feminine and the brilliant white light of the divine masculine, mixing the two together, creating the bond of connection through our heart, creating safety and security for our inner child to feel safe and loved, magical and playful, and allowing that energy to radiate out through our aura, through the layers of who we are. Restoring and repairing any tears, any holes we may have in our personal ozone, allowing the divine energy to weave us back to that whole place so that we can feel it and sense it. It's never been gone, but sometimes we don't always fully experience it. Now, taking a moment to ask your spiritual team for guidance. They may give you a message or a gift, an idea, or maybe just feeling their presence nearby, or the brightness of the light that you may be feeling or sensing nearby, just so that you know you are never alone. And now we're gently going to bring our focus back to our heart, to the bridge, back to that love energy. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths. And with each breath, we're going to gently dissolve our meditation, coming back into the space that we are in. Noticing how our body feels in connection to the chair or the bed or the floor. Noticing how our clothes feel on our body. Noticing the light or lights in our room, in our space. Any sounds you may be hearing. And just gently bringing yourself back. You might want to rub your hands together, rub your feet on the floor. You might want to rub the tops of your legs just so you feel back in, back home. Our body is our home at the moment, right? So that's where our soul lives. So welcoming you back into that space, back into who you are. and being back to be able to be open to receiving your messages. And if you got messages, I invite you to, journal and write any of that down. Um, and if you would like a message to come from your team and my team, just type in yes, please. So the cards we're going to use is the deck is called the Great Eastern Oracle. I love it, by Risoli. And I love that on the bottom, it's empowering guidance of the mystics from ancient to modern times. And I've been feeling that presence a lot lately, that some of the ancients um, are here to reconnect with us and to give us more in-depth guidance, when things go amok, they're like, okay, time for us to step in and give a helping hand. Not that they weren't here, but they're very, very present. So if you would like a card, just type in yes, please, and we will get started. So I look forward to that. Ah, nice, Ellen. Nice to have you here. So this is a nice one. So this one is called Balance Your Mind. Whoops, tilted, sorry. And Balance Your Mind says, I'll try to pull it back, maybe it'll be easier. Blow away the burnt harvest. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's 3 selves, okay? She's in the middle, and there's a fire self and an air self. And you can see on the fire side, the the sort of brightness of that, and the coolness of the white side. And what I'm seeing and what I'm sensing is that, I see fire often as anger, and frustration. So, the 2 sides of our brain, one is very logical and one is very creative, and they don't always talk well together. And so then we get in that tug of war. So our logical brain can get really mad and be, it's got to be done this way, and this is the only way. And then the creative gets stunted because it can't talk to the that part of us when we're in that. It's the energy of communication, right? So we have to be able to communicate with that talking voice in our heads. And that talking voice, Sonia Choquette often talks about being like a barking dog. And so depending on the type of dog, the barking can be, this deep voice, or it can be yipping. But in any case, the barking dog is an interruption. It's a distraction. And often it pulls us out of being able to be creative. And I know you are a lovely artist. And I know you often get pulled into the mundane of the everyday life. And you get pulled out of doing things that would feed your spirit because of the talking brain saying, well, that costs a lot, or, do we really have time? Because that fireside is really good at all the excuses. It creates these elaborate stories. And as soon as I hear an elaborate story, I know I'm talking to the ego and not to the person, right? So I want to speak to the creative, because the creative is more connected with their spirit and their soul. And so how does the creative want to show up right now? So what I'm seeing is maybe a journaling exercise for you, as to try to bring this into balance by asking your talking side, what does it need to say? And letting it rattle off whatever comes to your mind. Don't try to edit it. And then ask the creative what it needs right now. And whatever the creative is whispering for, it probably won't be as many words as the other side. But really take to heart that it takes a lot of courage for the creative to speak up for its creativity and speak up for how it really needs to show up. And those words are extremely important. So, and I invite anybody who's having that issue, where um, their personal stories get in their head, that try that and just see what that creative really needs to step up and be who you want to be. Nice. Glad to have you here, Ellen. Hope to see you soon. All right, Rachel, nice to have you. Oh, so yours is time to rekindle. Take the wheel in your hand. I love it. I love the angel. I love all the energy flowing around. And a lot of people often, you know, um, hand it over to God or hand it over to the divine to take care of, which is great. I do it all the time. But there's times when we have to show up and we have to take action. And so it's time for you to drive the car, is what I'm saying. I'm literally seeing you in a car and grabbing a hold of the wheel and going, no, I'm going to drive. So part of that is also when we get in that place where we are people pleasing. I'm a huge, recovering people pleaser. And that is when we go along with what everybody else does. We're in that following place. And following is absolutely fine when you are safe and secure in who's leading. But there are times when it's time for us to lead. It's time for us to take charge. It's time for us to step up, because otherwise change isn't going to happen. And so I'm seeing that you have some fantastic ideas that need expressing. And if who they need to be expressed to isn't open to listening, then maybe you need to find somebody who is. Because true relationships allow that give and take communication. And even when it's difficult to say, if we're in our heart and we're in our truth, the words just need to be said, right? And the more we hold them in our throat and keep it closed and bite our tongue, the more pain. And sometimes it's even physical pain. Like if you've been having neck pain, do you want this to continue to be a pain in your neck? Or if you've had a sore throat or laryngitis, hey, that's how that shows up sometimes. So it's really time for you to like rekindle your passion, restart, your leader, and take charge, because you are ready. Your team, spiritual team, is behind you, and go for it. Nice. Have fun with that. All right, let me grab a drink. Mm. Love to you, Ellen. I absolutely love that. That's perfect. Ah, Julie. Oh, this one's beautiful. I hadn't seen this one before. Ah, nice. That's the nice thing about using different decks too. So this one is called Alchemy of Friendship. Radiate love and attract affection. And I love there's like the two ladies here. Oh, sorry, I'm over here. The two ladies who are in there. So what I'm seeing is like it's time for you to like call your friends. um and might be literal. It might be like pick up the phone and call them. But also it's that energy of like, hey, I need friendship right now. I need my friend support group right now. And or I don't have enough friends or people that feel like that support group. So I need to ask my spiritual team to start sending me my friend support system. And the alchemy that happens in friendships, it's we all know that like when you have a problem and you're mulling it over and mulling it over in your head, you're spinning your wheels. But when you can share it with a friend who's not going to judge you, who's just going to listen, and then offer suggestions that you can listen to or not, um, it just gives you a grounded place to speak it out loud so it stops running around in your head. And our friends are also people where we share our creative outlets, so we may show them our paintings or our poetry, or they might be the first one to try the new dish that we've created. And however that is, um, again, they're loving and supportive. It's like that loving support system outside of our family is important. Our family's there for us, but sometimes we feel like they have to be. Our friends don't have to be our friends. So having those people, and sometimes it's just having that community that you can reach out to somebody in your community and say, "Hey, you want to, do a Zoom call, or hey, you want to go for a cup of coffee? Because I'd love to bounce a couple ideas off you." Um, and just remember that our best relationships are when they're balanced, when we give as much as we receive. I love the saying that, we were given, one mouth and two ears for a reason. Because when we're really actively listening to someone else, then they will actively listen to us as well. Nice. All right. Love that card for you, Julie. It's beautiful. All right. Mm. You're very welcome, Rachel. I'm really happy you were here, and I love your jasmine and the little tiger. Deanna, hi, sweetheart. All right, so your card is called Assurance in the Self. This is one of my favorite paintings. Um, I had a journal with this on it, which is really powerful. Um, And assurance in the self is you're better than you realize. So it's that self assurance, right? It's the, I got this, or you've got this. Um, and really owning it, really believing it. So I'm noticing that we're having a lot of that. Hey, believe in yourself, and take some action, like move forward. So this is what I'm hearing for this one is it's really easy for us to get into a place of complaining about what's wrong and not focusing on what is right. So I had a fabulous friend of mine who told me a motto that her boss has been using, and it just struck me, And what it was don't come to me with your problems, come to me with your solutions. So it's being in that mindset of like, okay, there's always going to be problems, but the creative divine part of us is all about, okay, this is what's up. How do I create a solution? How do I shift this if I don't like it? And being in that self-assured place, you know that you can. And things are better. There's more good than there is bad right now. And so making sure you're looking at the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. And we all do it. And so being in that place of awareness that when we flip, to take a breather and go, whoops, my negative Nelly has stepped into the billing. And it's time for her to, go back and take a nap. Because I want to attract more positive things in my life. So the more positive I am, the more positive things come to me. The more we complain, the more we get to complain about. So really looking for the beauty in things, and knowing that you're really good. You're really in a good place. And um can you allow that to be true? Sometimes it's really hard to be in a place where we're good and we're happy, because then society wants to know what's wrong with us. um, you know, are you high or whatever? It's like, yeah, on joy, on living, on beauty. So life is better than you're thinking. Just grab yourself in that center and really believe in who you are. Really believe in that. Yeah. Don't let somebody else measure your self-esteem. Don't let somebody else measure your self-confidence. Let you be the guide and you the deciding factor for that. Woo! We could all use that one, huh? Thank you, Deanna, for having that reading. We all needed to hear that. Oh, of course, Mary. You're never too late. Anytime you show up is exactly divinely timed. Um, so this is a really sweet card also. So this one is see beneath the surface, dig deeper, and find the ruby. So there's like this ruby in the center. Looks kind of purple in this card. And it is actually purple in the card, but rubies often have that purple hue to them, especially when they're in their raw form. So what I'm getting for you about this is that, you know, when people are out and about, right? We sometimes have a certain persona that we put on when we're out in public, right? We behave a certain way, we follow certain rules or guidelines, and we all do that. We all adapt to the situation we're in, and we do our best to act appropriately. But when we're empathic and we're using our intuition, sometimes we can tell that there's more going on than meets the eye, right? And so what I'm sensing is you have something